I don't know, but it's fucking happening.
Somebody call it some sort of bombardment.
What's happening all around us? Whoa!
Holy fuck!
Ross killed me.
What?
Ross, did you throw a...
I haven't said anything.
Jeez! Ross killed me!
I killed
Is this
you.
your bombardment somehow?
What on earth happened?
I
I think it's because we went off the map. I think it's because I'm
I haven't
reinforcing
said
you
any
guys.
bombardment, guys.
No, yeah, he didn't do it. It's because we went off the map and then it tried to kill...
That's weird. I'm sorry. Was I in the wrong area? I thought I was in the right area. I was with you guys.
I think that might be the fucking tower.
Yeah, it is the tower. Should we just go near it and then, like, make our way up?
Just make sure we're not in a cone of vision anywhere. There's a person on this tower.
Okay.
I'm in a bit of a pickle here.
You are?
I slammed into that tower.
You both died from hitting yourself with... You parachute accidents, was it?
Yeah, come on. So it's I'm out. I'm out of the game.
There's a place called Clinton Cards where you can get a cardboard card. Buy a card for your friends, buy a card for your kids.
Then look at it for 10 seconds, throw it away.
Weigh £3 in the bin.
Buy a card from
It's £3 in the bin.
You watch a small child open up the envelope.
They don't give a fuck about that. Give 'em money.
They open up the envelope and card. Start tossing it up and down.
These words. How do you use zero in this? I love you, 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 I love you.
Oh, God.
You not like that?
There's a black bear nearby. Come on.
Yeah, let's get that concrete mixer.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Yeah,
Quick, get in that.
Hey, get out! Come on, pussy!
This is urgent.
Open the fucking door! Oh, shit, that pussy tried to fight me back! Hey, cyclist, get out of the fucking... Oh, shit! I just killed a couple of cyclists. My vehicle's covered in blood.
I bet they ran red lights though in the cyclists, like they don't obey the rules of the road.
I think I heard one of them say they pirated a film as well. I think they deserved it, right?
Guys, you're just shooting at civilians now.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, yeah. No, it was.
They all pirated things. Sorry, they had to go. I'll make sure there's no pedestrians in our way just in case we fall.
Thank you.
There's a road on our right, Ross,
So
if you want to
thoughtful.
just spray that.
Yeah. Nail him. Wrong day to go for a drive, buddy. Wrong day.
Commuters, you chose poorly.
Here we go. We got a Ford Escort.
Did you shoot the tires?
We're good people. We're good people.
3 gliders done.
Oh wow, it's a wingsuit. Oh, it doesn't
Oh,
give
look
you
at
much
this.
forward momentum. So.
Nah, but it's quite... At least we won't be tumbling to our deaths all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Which we probably still will, let's be honest. Let's be pretty real about it. We could still do that.
Not poorly, we're gonna do it well. There's a gap.
Glide! Oh, you bitch! I told you exactly what would happen. I did it.
Why didn't you use the glider?
I tried to. He wasn't doing it.
Your stamina was out?
Oh, is that why?
Probably.
Maybe. Fucking hell. Come and save me, Masters. I made a grave error. I didn't press
You
space.
silly fuckhead.
Thanks for helping me. I'm incompetent. I do like the idea of flying, but you can just teleport, right?
Look, any hog that leaves the fence gets blown away. All right.
Fucking hell, that's a baby.
Stand in order. Sorry,
No,
Johnny, you got to
that's a
set an
baby.
example.
Oh, that's a whole baby.
Oh, they're panicking. They're making a run for it.
Oh god, it didn't
The
go
cow!
well.
I can't see the cow. The cow stays alive. Too valuable. God, they're
Right,
really
whoa.
panicking.
They're
though.
getting through this because
they
there's-
are really panicking.
Do they always react like this?
Oh, it feels
This
extreme.
feels different. This feels different.
Boom!
What do you mean it feels different? They're getting blown apart
No.
by a mad farmer.
Get a
Nah.
little picture.
Nah.
No, I'm not
That's
getting
a
him.
rifle shot. That's a rifle shot. I got it.
No, I
Come
can
on,
just
don't
lead him
miss,
back in.
don't
What the
miss.
fuck? He's got. He's leaded. He's leaded.
Why are you
All right,
killing
all
our
right, all right.
livestock like this? All of them are dead.
Boom!
The
You
cows
gotta
are
set-
scared.
They'll do it again if you don't give
Prince
them.
Andrew is freaking out.
There's no dead cow.
Whoa! Here we are. It's Hat Films.
Hello.
Ooh, it's Pickaxe weed.
It's
I
Pickaxe
typoed
weed.
it, and I'm not changing it. Welcome to the end of the week.
The end of the weed.
The end of the weed.
It's a Friday end of weed. We're looking forward to the weed end.
That's funny, isn't it? That's
Jeez.
funny. But yeah,
There's
we
more.
do our Hat Chat podcast. If you didn't know, if for some reason you're on Yogscast and you forgot that Hat Films was a part of Yogscast, this is that gentle reminder that
I
we
think it's
exist.
understandable to think so.
but we're still part of Yogs, very much so, and looking forward to rambling at you for the next hour until 2 p.m. specifically, because we're always on time, aren't we?
We're always
Simon
on time.
Sam,
This
baby.
is the thing. We are always on time.
We're also right now in our Crockerman set.
Yeah.
And straight after this, we're going to be recording more Crockerman, and you're not going to be able to see it for a while.
So your eyes will be closed in that regard.
Are they joining us across on the Yogscast channel right now?
Yeah,
as
they
well?
are, yeah.
If you're not aware, we do a role play show called Crockerman. We've done another one as well called Booty. The Crockerman show, there's the first episode's available to watch on our channel, I believe,
It
right?
certainly is. It's free. That one's free to watch. You can
God,
then
we're
become a
so-
member and watch. How many episodes now? 5 episodes released? Or 6 now?
6 released, 7 is
6 released.
coming soon. This Saturday, in fact. So there's a whole load of episodes
Yeah,
available.
lots of episodes ready.
But yeah, go see if you enjoy it first on Crockerman episode 1. Yeah, boy.
That's the D&D style content.
But this is our little preamble to make sure that all our mics and everything are working for you guys.
Yeah,
if
can
there's
you
any
hear us?
problems, we don't want to hear them, actually. I'd like to be in denial about any tech issues, and we'll just go ahead regardless.
You guys want to talk about some aliens today?
Love
We
to.
might talk about aliens today.
We always like to keep up to date on the latest
Let's
alien
keep-
news,
yeah,
and Smith is
all the alien
deep
news
in
is
it.
there. It's
at all times.
It just needs to be talked about by
I'm your
people with
evangelical alien believer sat over here.
podcasts.
But, it's like you've got a nutcase in the room with you. It's like,
Maybe
I'd really like
A
to...
nutcase in your ears
Yeah.
and eyes if you watch it on the Hat Chat podcast YouTube channel.
That's right, yeah. We upload
That's
the video
right.
as
Let's get all
well.
the plugs in now. How many people are watching this, Craig? More than 15? More than 10?
There's a lot
I'm
of
going to
channels.
pretend 20 people are watching us.
Hopefully, the software is keeping up.
Not far off.
But yeah, we'll let people filter in for a bit. Usually our podcast runs for about 40 minutes or so. So we've
40,
got about
45. You say that. I think we've actually hit the hour mark almost consistently for the last 4 or 5
Well, we
episodes.
can't
But it depends.
today.
We'll 45 minutes
we
will
have to
be
stop at 2.
exactly. So we'll cut it a little bit earlier, which saves them listening to drivel.
Oh,
No,
so
it's not
drivel.
drivel. It's great. It's all quality.
It's incredibly
Top
high.
quality
That's why we
content.
left us to the end of the week, because it really
we're
builds
the
up to the best
final-
podcast.
Yes. Yeah.
I think
Obviously.
everyone might be watching League of Legends Worlds, guys.
What's
Maybe we
that?
should rename... Sorry, Craig, can you shut the fuck up, please?
Yeah,
There's only 250 people watching, but I'm
Why
sure
have
it's
you
annoying
chosen
for them
that
well.
chair. Oh, he's chosen that chair to sit on as well. There were 2 other chair options, and both of the other options were like cushy, nice, like.
Yeah. He just likes to suffer.
Fair
Craig is like the modern version of those people in that picture, that American picture. You know that American
Pitchfork
Gothic?
one.
The
Oh yeah, with the
pitchfork one.
pitchfork and the.
Where they're just like,
But
you
like
know,
what?
Protestant suffering people.
But why? I don't understand why that's.
Well,
Well,
that's
he's
Craig.
choosing to suffer
Yeah.
for his work.
Yeah. It's like it's a particular mindset that's like, don't want it too good, because then I don't know, maybe he'll not be able to deal with the crushing reality of a wooden chair later. I'm not
Or
sure.
it's like kind of like a pain for pleasure situation.
Yeah, maybe.
Where like
The
it's so
process of
painful that when
suffering
he
is
finally
good.
sits down on a
Yeah.
nice, comfortable chair, he's like,
This is it. You feel the difference.
You feel. It's like with this, yeah. When you
When you don't put
your
coat
coat on, you want to feel the difference. Anyway, we will get on with the hat chatting because this is obviously gold.
It's all
content.
gold.
So yeah, what are you typing over there?
I'm doing
Dr.
a little
Yaffle.
announcement on our Discord, discord.gg/@films. Let's see if the little overlay
Remember where your
works.
camera is. You're over there. There you go. We're over there, and don't worry, we're also over. Fuck.
That's Chris Troll.
Fuck. He
Everyone.
didn't cut to that one. It's difficult to keep up.
We're live right now on bloody everything. Is what
We
I
need a
said.
light. We need a light system on our cameras. The little
Craig,
red
can you put a
light.
light system
Craig,
on
can
our
you
cameras using
fund
Philips
a
Hue?
light system?
Or like something. I mean, you could definitely hook it into the Steam Deck. It's Stream
Surely,
Deck, couldn't
yeah.
you?
Definitely.
And then, like when
That
you
sounds
press
like a
the key,
tinkering
it would
thing
then
that
also
Craig would love to do.
activate the light. Yeah,
The
which
light
says
on
we're
there.
live on that.
All right,
Don't have to
Craig.
use Hue. Hue's a very expensive
All right, Craig,
solution.
Google it. Find something.
There's
we'll
probably
we'll
some-
fund it. The members will fund
It's
it.
already companion. Like
Yeah,
members
already
funded.
works.
Lights,
Anyway, that's redundant.
Neither here nor there.
Let's begin our
Well,
Hat Chat
I'll start
podcast.
rolling on here. So this is.
Please do. Do we ever use Panasonics anymore as a question before we get started?
We use Panasonic's well, you're looking through one right now. It's a Panasonic GH5.
That's a GH5. That's a GH5.
That's a GH5. And then let's switch to a Sony.
That's a Sony.
That's a Sony A7S III, baby. So we are utilizing a couple of brands. Two
I got a brand for you right here. I'm gonna burn my letters into your butt. My letters.
My letters.
My letters.
Get my letters in you. I'm going to get my letters on you.
I've got all 4 chats up.
You've got all 4?
Yeah, I got the Yogscast Twitch, Yogscast YouTube.
What are they saying?
They're all saying
Films
inane shit.
Twitch.
Every single
What
one
are any of
them
them saying? Are they saying good things?
They're saying, God, that small one's really hot.
Really?
Probably the most attractive of all the men I've ever seen.
Fuck me.
Ever.
Which one's small? We're all sat down.
They
Quite
know.
hard
They
to
know.
know.
They know.
They know.
Can someone quickly type that in one of the chats just so I'm not lying?
Oh, someone just got the GH5S. They
S is
missed the
good.
image stabilization, but love better low light sensor.
Yeah, low
That
light's
is the reason we got it. But then also, yeah, I did also get frustrated with the image stabilization because that was a gift from the GH5. I think there's a GH6 out now.
good. Is there? Bloody
Yeah.
hell.
We don't need to upgrade that though. We've got the Sony, and the Sony is God.
Let's do the hat chat, shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's bloody do it. All right, Craigle, without further ado, Ross is rolling on his mixer.
It is rolling.
So feel free to begin the episode when you're ready. Hello and welcome back to the Hat Chat podcast. What episode is it, Ross?
It is episode 177.
Wow, that's the voice of Ross Hornby.
Hello.
I'm the voice of Chris Trott.
You took my intro away from me, you sick bastard.
I did, yeah. I'll do it again.
I'm the
And-
voice of Alex Smith. I don't think I'm the voice of anything.
The voice of Alex.
So you said I'm the voice of Chris Trott.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
What they're hearing is
what
the
you're
voice
hearing.
of Chris Trott.
Right, but not Chris Trott himself.
No,
Just the voice choosing to
I disassociated decades ago.
fucking out with
He's
your
the
ability
voice.
to communicate. So who's communicating then?
The guy in
The
his
voice
head.
of Chris
The
Trott.
voice of Chris Trott. So you're like
Just
the
the
voice of
voice.
Sauron.
Not the mind of Chris Trott, just the voice.
I like to
Yeah.
think that if we touched your earlobes, it would open up like in Men in Black, and then there's a little tiny Chris Trott
Driving.
inside your head.
It's a little
that's like
side
just
note.
looks manic and like his hair's all over the place, his eyes are sunken in, and he's just sick of doing your job.
Talking about
Being
my ears on a podcast where you can't see them unless you watch my YouTube video.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I was getting fully greyed up for the High Rollers live show,
Yeah.
and Bryony was helping apply it to my face,
Oh yeah.
and she just started fucking with my little ear down here, saying like, "Wow, these are really floppy."
Yours, I've got the floppier ones. I've got bigger earlobes.
No, but they're detached.
Yeah. I've got detached
What?
earlobes. Again,
She
you
was
can't
just
see
flicking
this.
them
You're-
around
this-
like
look
this.
at Look
saying,
at
like,
this.
they're really floppy.
You should
yeah,
feel
I mean,
mine. Mine feel like little flaps of loose skin that fell off of someone
like
with
that-
leprosy.
A lot of us have. I think that's kind of a very.
No. Some people have them pinched like
some people
right-
have them connected directly to their sides of their heads,
Do
which
you think
you
this is a
know
good look
could
for me?
be genetic,
Trot.
couldn't it?
I'm now pushing my earlobes into my
Yeah, I think you
the
should
side
pin
of my
them.
head.
Would you prefer to have danglers or what are we going to call the ones that connect directly? to
Sealed.
Sealed lobes.
Sealed lobes.
Sealed lobes.
I've had no real issues with my earlobes yet, and I don't have any earlobe. I don't have any piercings, so maybe that's.
My ear's too big for my head.
Oh,
I think any bigger and they would be.
you're worrying too much about your ears. I feel like this. I mean, my ears are quite big for my
Ross's
head. but
ears are pretty big.
I
Looking
have
at
like,
them.
but the thing is, your ears and nose keep growing, don't they?
Well, yours have got a head start.
Oh, massive head start. I'm like a small trophy, like a trophy. I mean, it's not Gary Lineker level, but like it's like
You're in proportion. Smith's in
Big.
proportion.
I've got quite.
You've got
little
small ears,
really.
actually.
'Cause I've got a massive head, which helps. But like,
God, I'm really aware of my ears now.
I know you don't. You don't
Like,
think about it until someone
hyper-aware
starts
of my
flicking your
ears,
little
you fucker.
these little things. She's like, "Oh, have you had your ears pierced as well?" And I'm like, "Yeah." You're really focusing on my ears, Bridie. Can you just like snazzaroo my face, please?
maybe she likes ears.
You say you have had your ears pierced.
I did.
Did you used to have those little donut buttholes?
No, I didn't have. I had a piercing when I was in secondary school, and I wore a little smiley face. And someone said, "How that looks stupid," and I never wore it again.
That's unfortunate, isn't it? But I guess that's how things go. I don't think people realise how harsh their words can be and how they can affect you. Or if it's just like, oh, that looks really good. And then, 4 years later, you're still wearing the smiley.
Yeah, that is the inverse.
So there's the inverse of
Yeah.
like, well, one person said they liked it once, and now that's my personality.
Arguably, that's worse, isn't it? Really,
It is in a
than
way.
a quick nip in the bud. Because honestly, Trot, probably long term, good call.
Because and also
As in, no,
wearing a smiley face.
don't
as
wear
earrings?
a smiley face stamp. I mean, you can if you want. You don't need it.
Was
You
it
don't
like- was
need.
it like the
You don't need.
Blink-182
You
smiley
don't need
face?
an ear stud to give yourself something interesting about you.
I just remember the pain. I was like, I'm going to stick with this. And then it was all crusty and leaky for a bit.
Oh, we got infected.
I don't know why I decided to get it done. I think I was probably
Oh, it's just punk.
influenced by
era.
someone.
Well, it's just exciting to create change in yourself, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's just like
I was
let's try a
finding
thing.
myself. I was wearing like full finger rings and shit.
Did you get nipple piercings?
Yeah.
Too?
Huh?
Did you both get nipple piercings
Never
as well?
held that, no.
There
Didn't
was a
link
period
them
of time
with
I wanted to
a
wear a
chain.
cloak in college. And then I just found
cloak.
laughing instead.
That is a step beyond.
That would have been a bit weird, wouldn't it?
That would have been
If
crazy.
I turned up in a fucking cloak.
Because then you'd always be known as the guy who wore a cloak.
Yeah.
Like, there was a guy who went to my school and brought a briefcase in, like in between us. But like,
Yeah.
I remember it. I mean, but then
Yeah.
maybe that's it. Maybe you want an iconic look, and you're like, I'm gonna be the guy with the cloak,
Yeah.
and 20, 30 years later, people are gonna go, oh, I remember that. Oh, you were the guy who wore the cloak, and you're like, yeah, that was me. Yeah.
Hard to
Don't
stop
have the cloak
changing.
anymore, obviously, but that was
Yeah.
good times.
You're always warring against individualism and homogenization, essentially, aren't you? Especially in school,
Yeah.
where you're working out whether or not you want to belong to somebody else's ideals, or whether you're
Or get bullied for being the other.
Or the alternative to being bullied is to have such strong
Confidence.
conviction
Yeah.
that you actually
I
resist
didn't have
it.
that. One
Really,
day
when-
with a smiley ear.
Yeah.
I
So
was out.
really, like, you were. I mean, you're a teenager, you're a young person. It's hard to have the perspective to see that. But like,
I can date it as well.
Yeah.
Because it was the same week that the Game Boy camera came out.
Oh shit!
which was dope.
I've got
I
a
was
tied
fucking
memory
sick.
with
And the printer
which
too.
was fucking
and the
cool.
printer.
Ah, yeah.
You know, you can get. So I found out.
like, look like ASCII.
I bought a £30 digital camera the other day, brand new. It's for children.
£30
It's
digital
for,
camera?
it's for my niece, basically.
Oh, okay.
There is some sort. It's literally uses the same system as the Game Boy camera and printer.
It's like
This
a
is what-
receipt
It's
printer.
a receipt printer. So
Yeah.
obviously, like there are Instax cameras which use like Polaroid squares, which are really fun but incredibly expensive per shot. And so like how can you get that instant gratification for a kid? Well, they use that same system. So it's a receipt paper that uses like a magnetized ink strip. I'm guessing is I think
Is
how
that the
they
one
used
which,
to
like,
do
if you get it hot, it just burn, like it just goes black?
Probably.
Yeah.
What the paper itself?
Yeah.
It might be that kind of thing. Yeah.
It's cool tech.
But
Receipts
yeah,
are
it's
cool.
brilliant. And like, yeah, £30 and
Receipts are cool.
there's a camera that's just like
Cool.
you can take a photo and it comes out on this like receipt thing, but it comes out higher resolution than the Game Boy.
Of
one used
course,
to come out.
yeah. That was
But
a long
it
time
is
ago.
just
More
a
the camera than the print. I think.
yeah. But man, it's crazy. You can get a whole system for like 30 quid. That's
That's
like,
not bad,
like
yeah.
all of that stuff. But I mean, obviously useless beyond just fun. But like,
I think we could use it practically at Hat Films specifically.
paper.
So what
Stop
we have,
motion.
we have
Stop motion.
we have a printer, and every time we get a sub or donation, it prints it out on the receipt, and we tear it off and read it out.
That's good. Yeah. Like a food
We
order
stick
in
it
a
on
kitchen.
the wall.
Like a kitchen like system, like an order
So,
system.
all right, next up we got
Yeah, I mean,
Tier
honestly,
two.
it's a great idea. Yeah, that would work really well.
thermal ink.
It's interesting, yeah. I mean, people
Thermal
skip
ink,
past
right.
our reading donations, but that
That would
would
draw
extend.
attention.
That
It would
get
draw
it,
attention to
yeah.
it, but it would also
It
extend
would also
it by
happen
somewhat.
while
Oh,
we're
it would.
recording. It'd be like,
If it happened
Yeah,
in
what
the
was that
background,
sound?
it'd be- we have a robot arm that pulls it off.
Yeah.
just fully
Instinct.
automated.
If we were in
That'd be quite
America,
cool.
we could program a robot with a gun to shoot the name into something.
That sounds expensive.
That'd be
Bullets aren't cheap.
But
nice.
I mean, you'd get people subbing, right? I mean,
you would get people subbing.
It was
do you want to go to that channel
Yeah.
where they shoot your name into a piece of? Yeah, I mean, you're right. You'd never make the money back you make on subs, but if you scaled it up enough where you could order the ammo in
Yeah.
gigantic amounts of bulk, like
Unless we invent we'll reinvent the makeup shotgun from Simpsons.
Well,
But it
that's
just
what
prints.
I was thinking.
It prints out.
Yeah.
So it's-
Did you see the MythBusters
print it.
episode where they shotgun fired the Mona Lisa in one go?
Really?
Right.
No, I haven't. That
So they
sounds
had
cool.
like a bunch of guns, paint guns, arrayed in a grid
Yeah.
of all the different colors, and they just shot it all at once. And it was
Wow.
like a low pixel Mona Lisa.
That's
Yeah.
quite
We'll
funny.
just do that.
Yeah.
it sounds like they've already done it, Chris. Better than we could.
It's, yeah, with a budget and a film crew that made that worthwhile. So
So anyway,
New idea.
yeah.
anyway,
How
don't
about-
get your ears pierced if you want to go first. Also, I would say those donut rings. They
Mm.
might seem like a fun idea at the time, but again, 20, 30 years later, you do have buttholes for ears.
You do.
And I'm sure there's a lot of people who.
Depending
I
on
live
how
with
much
those.
you stretch them. Yes.
My brother has one of those.
there
and
is.
he,
275 millisecond
wow.
mosaic.
That's
should
what we're
watch
seeing
the
an image of
video.
that.
Well, it looks like a Minecraft version of the Mona Lisa.
It's
though.
not
That's
a
what
good
it-
quality version of Mona Lisa.
I
is
mean,
it?
you
But-
can tell it's vaguely Mona Lisa.
That's Mona Lisa.
It looks like they just worked out how to paint using a grid.
Is there a little clip there on that one?
I'm not impressed by this, is what I'm saying. I'm actually not.
Imagine there's not.
I'm not actually impressed by this.
You're not.
No, not really.
I mean, if you look at what
they've
did,
just made a
look
load
at
of
that.
fucking micro paintball guns. Yeah, I mean, yeah, look,
Look at
compressed
that
air.
array. That's insane.
That's so much work for what I think is a pretty
How
shit
much do you
result.
think it costs for this fucking
Yeah, I know.
tank?
Like,
They've got
some
like
of the
4
MythBusters stuff is genuinely amazing.
giant
just
tanks.
the output is.
Just a bit like, okay, well done. You've done a kind of. It's just my opinion. I'm
Yeah,
not
that's
saying
the whole-
they're bad.
That's the whole
in general.
point of it. It was supposed to be like this kind of bombastic, crazy
just making a
ideas and
painting.
making
What myth
it.
did they bust?
I don't know what that episode was.
In that specific one, yeah. What myth are they busting that you can print with an array of shotguns?
You can paint faster with a gun. Like, I don't know. I can't remember what the episode format was for that one, but either way, it's possible.
It's possible to do such a thing.
I think maybe the
Interesting.
receipt thing is more our style. Oh, here's the video of it.
And we're also seeing a video. If you can,
Watch
see
the
this
video.
on
It's
the
basically a
Hat Chat
massive
podcast
grid
YouTube channel.
of.
Trot will explain what
There
it
it
is.
is. The light went
And it
away.
is one single shot.
Look at the
and it's
velocity on that bad
blasted
boy.
the
Sorry, I
paint
didn't
onto the
actually
wall.
look. I was looking at something slightly different. I lost interest in this.
Well, we were discussing. We
lost
were
it.
describing.
I'm loading up another
audio
story,
description.
but go on, show me again.
There's nothing worse than listening to a podcast with videos.
Yeah.
It is intolerable. I
Well, there
apologize.
is. Wow, look at that. Yeah, it's like a paintball gun going off.
Yeah, look
it's
at
a
that.
paintball gun
Wow,
going off
everyone
instantly.
Look with your ears. Anyway, thank you.
There it is.
So this guy here,
Okay, you should.
and I can
okay.
tell people can search for this. You see that guy? See
What's
that
his
guy there?
name? Yeah. What's his name?
That guy is alligator tour guide who's just married
Lana
pop
Del-
sensation Lana Del Rey.
Lana Del Rey. Yeah. I saw this the other
This
day.
is a funny
So
story.
this is like gossip. This is like.
This is just this is glamour
This is
magazines.
trash
Yeah, this is
magazine.
garbage. I just heard it on the way here. Basically, she's married some random alligator tour guide. Who,
Good.
Is he a tamer of animals?
No, just a jet boat operator, I think.
Right,
an
a
airboat
jet-
operator.
okay.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
You can
to-
find
I mean,
love
this is-
anywhere. I think that's the important thing.
It's wacky
You
as
can
fuck,
find
guys.
love
This
any-
is
What's wrong with
bizarre.
that?
This
What's
is
wrong with that?
bizarre. This is odd.
How's
Don't
that
try
odd?
and normalize this.
I
This
think
is
no,
unusual.
no, hold on.
Why
Hold
do we
on.
not normalize?
You know what I think is wacky?
What?
Celebrities marrying other celebrities.
Why?
Why?
No, it makes sense when you're around people that you might form an attachment to people.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened with Lana
She's
Del Rey.
obviously
Good
gone
for her.
alligator hunting with this guy and thought, "Fuck it, this guy knows what's what, and he can protect me against fucking alligators, man."
Exactly. He's got a
That's
skill
safe.
set
That's a
that
skill
other
set.
actors don't have.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
Well,
singers.
sure, but like, I can see why some actors might hook up because they're just like around each other in an intimate.
So do you
space
think
for a
that
period
all
of
the
time.
magazines and websites that are reporting on this are just like, well done to Lana Del Rey?
No, I think they're
Nothing
mocking
to say
him.
here. Nothing to say here.
No,
Because it's out of the norm, but
they're
the norm is not
highlighting it,
right,
yeah.
is what I'm saying.
Right. Okay.
The norm is not okay because it's kind of like, marrying into noble houses of the oldie times. It's more of an agreement of like, this is beneficial to both of our celebrity careers for us to both be together.
So that's a slightly different thing. So I'm not suggesting that she necessarily has to marry a celebrity. I'm saying that it's unusual to marry someone so far outside of her tribe, which is that is kind of
It
how
depends on how
society
much you know
works.
about Lana Del Rey. She might be well into like the alligator thing, and that's
Yeah,
kind of like
I mean, yeah, there could
Hot for
be an
scales.
unknown alligator obsession,
know.
a scaly.
I know fuck all about Lana Del
but-
Rey.
She should watch the Crockerman episodes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
some good shit.
But no, there are genuine, I think, unprejudiced reasons to find this quite funny.
Oh, yeah,
like,
it's I'm
I'm not just saying like they should all do
interesting
exactly
matchup.
what we expect them to do, but this guy, I mean, he looks like an alligator tour guide.
I think he is, isn't he? Wait, no,
Yeah, he is,
a
and
tour
she obviously is quite a well-known like public figure, so it is quite unusual and quite noteworthy. That
What would
this
you
has
think would
happened.
be a non-headline Lana Del Rey marriage?
Yeah, just some like well-earning, good-looking person that like you'd expect to be
Floppy
in
haired guy
the
from
same
Stranger Things.
circles that she's in.
Well, I
Yeah.
think the shocking
just
thing
something
is
that would not surprise me. This surprises
Would
me.
Diddy be shocking?
Everything that I mean,
everything that's come out with the Diddy thing is
ultimately, celebrity is quite a strange and shocking thing. It seems, or at least has that effect on a vast majority of people. But yeah, this is just.
I feel like it's the speed at which they got married is
Yeah,
probably more of the surprising
I mean,
element for anyone.
What I'm seeing
what
might
was
be
the speed.
I don't know. Actually, it doesn't say when they actually started seeing
They
each
meet
other.
at the
Well,
zoo.
this is 1 month after people even found out about their relationship.
Mm.
They're now married, but I don't know how long they've actually been together. It doesn't seem to.
When somebody's with somebody for a
So
short
good.
amount of time and they've stepped outside of what you'd expect them to be dating or meeting.
That's what we know of, though.
Yeah, of course, but that's what we're commenting
It
on.
looks
They're a
like-
public person. They're in the public eye.
Prep for like
you're
a
assuming that
funky
they've only
documentary,
just
isn't
met
it?
shotgun wedding.
That's what we've been communicated. Yeah. I mean, again, I'm not knee deep in this. I just saw this and went, "What the fuck?"
You brought it to
and
the
then
table.
and then I
And
saw
you
the
wiped
photo.
out my Mona Lisa story for this, so that's
Yeah,
why I'm
yeah,
being
yeah.
highly critical.
The stacking 20 paintball guns on top of each other and making a low resolution attempt at the Mona Lisa.
Sorry, I just seen
a
a
lot of
photo of
paint
him
as well.
kissing the nose of an alligator, and it's fucking creepy. It's horrifying.
Who did that?
The guy.
The guy did.
Is his name Jeremy Dufresne or whatever it is? Something like that. He's kissing an alligator's nose, and it's just like, that's scary. That guy can lose his
He
fucking
knows
head
alligators,
anytime.
though, doesn't he?
Maybe that's why she's with him. She's like, well, it might. Who knows? It could be like a.
But he's such a master of the gator. Do you
That's
think that's what
it.
it is? His mastery over primeval
Maybe.
like, death.
Yeah.
There's something. Yeah, perhaps.
Primal about it.
Do you reckon he's giving her the
very-
old death roll?
You want
I
to call
can
it
act
that?
just
Maybe,
like
yeah.
a gator.
Yeah. But no, I think this
That's
is mental.
interesting. What?
So anyway, next thing.
Well, he's not an. You
wanna talk about aliens?
Man, though. I mean, I don't. I mean, yeah, I don't know I don't know anything about her to even make a comment.
Or the
but
guy.
Interesting matchup, isn't it?
Like, imagine Googling one of us and then making
One
an
of
assumption
us.
as to who we are based on
Yeah.
imagery. I've got some fucked up imagery out there.
I mean,
what do you
people
mean?
are doing that.
Fucked up imagery.
Like they are, surely.
What's your
yeah.
fucked up imagery?
Like me, do you remember like
In a
in the
nappy?
corridor of the old Yogscast where I
Oh.
have that wig on and like cling film all over my
Well,
face?
do I
Yeah, you
remember-
look like a Silent Hill
I
animal.
remember
Yeah.
dressing you.
I was
Yeah.
used as a meme
I
for
put the wig
something.
on.
I don't think wrapping somebody's head in cling film counts as dressing them.
Is in a way. We've fashioned
I've
you.
been clowned up as well.
Yeah,
like,
you've
fully
been clowned up. You've been dressed as a
I've
baby.
been vac packed.
Large baby. You were. Remember
I've been a
the
baby.
photo shoots alone. We've
God,
done
you've been a baby
all sorts
a lot.
of weird outfits.
You've been in nappies more.
once.
One
Oh,
time.
yeah, I mean, I've seen those
must
pictures
be more than
multiple
once.
times. Though, a
It
couple
was
of
once I
times.
was in a
You
nappy.
must have been in a nappy more
That was
than
when you were
once.
getting ripped, so it was fine. You were like,
Yeah.
I was in a
whatever.
nappy once, and that was at my peak body.
Peak
I was
body.
happy with that.
It's peak body.
Yeah.
I've not
Ross got his
babied
minge
since.
out, didn't you, Ross?
I got my minge out. Yeah,
Did.
He had that big merkin style.
it was just a wig.
It was
just
a hair wig
It was a
stuffed
head,
into his pants.
a wig for a head that was stuffed in my pants, and I was a granny.
And then you went around propositioning people by lifting your skirt up.
But I don't
and-
imagine like what you would put that photo of me next to a partner and then be like, look at this matchup. Isn't that crazy? And it's
Yeah.
like, well, I guess it is if you're always dressed like.
So we
old-
think that the
old
alligator
lady with a
tamer-
match.
That's the limited knowledge we have of you.
Yeah.
And, like the alligator guy.
So the
kissing
alligator
you.
tour
Well, yeah,
guide could be a front for a person.
How many-
Somebody else? You
Yeah.
saying?
But
You're saying
Lana
that
Del
what
Rey's
I'm saying.
like that's
There's more to him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
There's more to him.
We don't know.
He's alligator guy because that's the
Yeah.
that's the headliner.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's got a really lovely personality and a massive dick.
He doesn't have to have a massive dick. Why is that the?
Huh?
He might do.
Why is that the?
He's
he
an
might do?
alligator.
I mean, the
guy.
alligators must know.
Come on.
That's probably how he gets the alligators on side. He dangles it
He
in.
threatens.
He brings them up to the
shows
key
it.
by just like swishing his penis around in the water.
There's a fear. That's how he gets.
Lana Del
everything.
Rey's like, oh my god, he's so strong and clever and
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like how he's giggling his dick to lure the
Giggling.
alligator.
I think it's so honorable.
The
We
term
need more
giggling
alligator tour
has
guides in
morphed.
this
I'm
country.
gonna make a song about
We need
alligators.
doctors, nurses, carers, alligator tour guides. And she doesn't speak anything like this, but
Not at all.
I have to make it distinct from my own
No.
voice.
Do you remember there was a period of time where everyone used to criticize her live singing?
But
Because
isn't that
she
like
hit
every
it big,
artist
and then
ever?
everyone
Yeah.
just started slating her because she was doing live shows, and it's like nothing like the studio,
Video game.
and she couldn't sing like that. It's like,
I thought they criticised because she was like
Harsh.
like a nepo baby or some shit.
Is she? That's Cara Delevingne. I always confuse them. She's a nepo baby.
How many? Loads of them are.
Everyone's a nepo baby. Everybody in the upper
It's all about who you
echelons-
know half the time. Like getting an opportunity in show business is difficult,
Hmm.
and normally it's just like, yeah, that one.
also,
That's
you
my
can't
son.
blame the nepo baby for their position in life.
They didn't choose to be born.
It's
a
not their
fair, It's a
fault.
fair point. Yeah.
Yeah, so everyone takes it out on them instead of the parent. Which
Well, I don't think
if
anyone's
you-
actually
no,
taking it out on anyone though. Like we're just talking about it on
It's
social
jealousy.
media.
It's jealousy.
We're talking about it
Well,
in
it's
podcasts
it's
and on
taking an
social
opportunity
media.
away from someone who might have talent elsewhere because, and they're only in
This
there
one had
because
the
their
position.
dad was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
also
If
a
they're
movie star or
not
something.
talented and they're famous, I think
Mm.
it's more likely to be pissed off.
And then you bring in Cara Delevingne,
Yeah.
but that's only her acting skills are piss poor. I'd like as a model, sure,
Yeah.
works fine, seems
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why not?
Just don't act.
No.
Can't act, don't act. I think that's the motto, isn't it?
Ainsley Harriet.
That's not. That's
Can't
Don't
cook,
s-
won't cook. We're back to Ainsley Harriet. Everything comes
don't
back
cook,
round.
won't cook.
Don't cook, won't cook.
With hat films.
Right, Chris Trott.
I don't cook.
Have you
and I won't
got
cook.
anything you've noticed recently? What
What have you
I want to
noticed?
talk about Nepo Babies a bit more.
You want to talk about Nepo
Who's your
Babies?
favourite?
Who's my favorite?
Oh,
Nepo
favorite
baby?
Nepo baby.
That's a tricky one. There's some really good ones out there.
Interesting.
There's some really impressively
trying to think of a
like
Nepo
well
baby.
linked
Nepo
ones.
baby. Is Phoebe Waller-Bridge a Nepo baby? I think she might be.
Is she?
Yeah, I think there is elements of a Nepo baby.
She hasn't had
in there.
a huge amount of success since like Fleabag, right? Or
I
is she a
think
writer
she's
now?
Like a writer,
I
yeah.
see,
And she's
right,
been in like
okay.
Marvel films and shit now.
Oh,
but who
that-
hasn't?
Yeah, but then
Who
who's
hasn't?
the one
Do you know
that
what I mean?
she was
There's so
in?
many. Sorry?
Which one was she in?
I couldn't name them.
It was the one that everybody. At
It's
that
not
point,
Iron
people
Man.
stopped watching Marvel films. Basically, it was just.
People still watch them. I think that just because we stopped watching doesn't mean they don't exist
Oh,
anymore.
they're not doing as well as
Well,
they
they're saying
once
that
did.
that
They're
Acolyte
not doing
series
anywhere
is
near as
dead,
well
isn't
as
it?
they once did. As in
Endgame.
terms of sales.
Was the end
Yeah.
of the peak of Marvel. If you enjoy Marvel, I think that was definitely its peak. Some of the TV shows, yeah, I fell off in the whole COVID Disney Plus era.
You did fall off. I didn't want to tell you.
I fell off.
Hmm?
Fell off
I
big
watched
time.
what's it called? Scarlet Witch's little mini show
That was good.
and Loki season
Oh, you mean
1.
WandaVision?
WandaVision.
Mhm.
One Division.
And I just went off it after that.
WandaVision was pretty good. I
Captain
didn't
America
watch
one.
the
Yeah.
subsequent thing.
I watched the Winter Soldier and the Falcon.
Yeah.
And
That was all right.
It was all right.
And that was it.
It was all right. Apparently,
At
they
that
got
point, I
fucked
was
by
really off.
filming schedules.
Yeah.
Yeah,
about the
I tell you what
guy-
though, the new Thunderbolts. I'm out. I'm out of Marvel, and then they
What
bring
is
me
that?
back in. It actually looks quite fun. It's great. It's their like Grey Ops team is the idea, but it's led by she was in she's been in like Florence Pugh. You know how she was
Pew pew.
she was Natalia Anna Black Widow's sister or whatever. You know, they had that whole spin-off of like their family was like, and they had David Harbour as the dad who plays like the big Russian guy.
Yes.
Like they're doing a whole like deniable, like funny ops thing with them. And it's like the guy, a bit like Suicide Squad, but better. it
So
seems.
like a dysfunctional superhero group.
Yeah. And it looks really fun.
People were praising the poster of it, and I couldn't help but see the
Sons of Anarchy
the gratuitous photoshopping
on Thunderbolts.
on the Thunderbolts poster.
Oh yeah.
Again, this is a visual thing that I'm
Yeah.
talking about, but if you look at it, it's very like the composition's great because they're all like headlocking each other, and it's very dynamic.
Yeah.
But if you just look at the harsh shadows, it just looks like
all
someone's
wrong.
painted like a drop shadow around everything.
Yeah.
That shit really pisses me off for some reason.
There was something
Um,
recently posted a Hellboy promo pic. They
Right.
posted, but they'd
Look at
not done either of their hands,
But they-
either of the actors' hands.
Quite
Yeah.
clearly just layered on top of each other. Look
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Taskmaster in the bottom right, and then Pew behind.
Yeah.
And just that gratuitous shadow in between. It's
Yeah.
like clearly a drop shadow.
Yeah, it
that's
looks
just
a bit
thrown in.
amateur, doesn't
Lighting,
it?
yeah.
Just looks a bit amateur
Yeah.
Well,
to me.
Yeah, so I mean, I see it.
I'm sure it was like whoever made that was given a tiny budget and about a day to make it,
Yeah.
as per Marvel cutting corners with
And
their
I just
VFX
guess
teams.
they were just given all the individual stills to then start.
Yeah, can you make this all look like
Piecing
they're all
it together.
together?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a real nitpicky thing.
Fair enough.
But it's because I'm already at a Marvel slump, and I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, it doesn't look good to me.
Yeah. Okay.
So it was easy for me to nitpick.
I wish that
I
you
wasn't
would
even
take the
aware of
same
this
level of
Thunderbolts.
scrutiny that you take on film posters to Lana Del Rey's choice in partner.
She's a
I
human
think it's
being.
just, do
That's
you even
just a
care?
poster
Like,
of fictional
why-
characters.
They're
would you
human
ever
beings
care?
making posters, Trot. They can't help that they do terrible compositions.
Yeah, and I'm like
You've
I
broken
said,
a listener's heart out there because we know everyone's listening
well,
to this.
I gave it context, saying
Yeah.
I'm sure they were given a limited budget and
I
time.
see. Well, what about that poor producer or that budget holder that didn't have enough time to
budget
give?
holder.
Enough time to give.
Poor Marvel.
Why are they so poor?
Oh, because they're doing badly
Right.
with their Marvel decisions.
Okay.
Kevin Feige is
I think Lana Del Rey is doing bad with her marriage
Kevin Feige is Star
decisions.
Wars, isn't he?
Oh, really?
Trot.
Hmm?
I think Lana Del Rey is doing badly with
I
her
think you're
marriage
making wild
decisions.
assumptions about a marriage.
I think you're making wild assumptions about Marvel's corporate structure.
No, I looked at the poster and it looked shit.
I looked at Lana Del Rey's husband and he looked shit.
No, he kissed a gate. He's
I
a
look-
good guy.
I'm sensing jealousy. I'm sensing you're just thinking.
I
oh,
want
man.
Lana Del Rey. I want Lana Del Rey's
Lana
alligator
Del
hunting
Rey
husband.
is
I'm
now-
the lizard guy.
She's now off the market.
Oh,
And
no.
You're annoyed that some lizard man.
Gator guy.
I wanted the
Got in there
gator man.
Fuck. Well, fine. I got lizards.
Yeah. I got loads of lizards. Come and see my
Loads of
lizards, mate.
lizards.
You
I'll
can
kiss
kiss
any of
them
them.
and they won't rip your head off.
No, they're much safer.
No, I'm
Bastard.
not that jealous. I promise.
Yeah, I believe you. Any other funny news?
Oh,
Ross?
loads of
There's
stuff.
various funny news.
Before we get into the
this
aliens,
one was. I
obviously.
think I mentioned this to you just before, but John Barrowman quit celebrity SAS after 32 minutes.
Is that John Barrowman?
That is John Barrowman now.
He looks
yes.
different.
He's a silver fox.
But he's also like really tanned. So he almost looks like he's become Mediterranean.
Yeah. Anyway, he was on
So
celebrity
30 how
SAS.
For
many
32 minutes. So in the start, they
yeah.
usually do stuff like they have to jump out of a helicopter
Yeah.
into water. Literally everyone can do it.
Right.
Apart from the people that
John
for some
Barrowman.
reason sign up for these things.
I want to know
Yeah.
what he did.
Waste
Well, this is
everyone's
it. It
time.
doesn't. I'm guessing
I
this
mean,
is obviously like an ad piece for the show as well. So it's kind of like trying to, get you into watching it, but obviously not for John
It could be.
Barrowman.
It could be. Because everyone's
It doesn't
gonna
say in
want to see
detail
how
what he did, but
bailed
he
out.
just said he started throwing up. He was seen throwing up loads after the first challenge, and then immediately said, "I'm out." They were like, "Oh, do you want to see a doctor?" He said, "No, I'm done. Yeah, it's just not for me. I know who I am and what I'm about. This is not for me."
Well, then why the fuck did you
Why
join
did you
up?
sign up?
I don't
Clearly
know.
don't know what you are or what you're
Did you
about
watch
because
the
you
show?
fucking
Yeah.
signed up for
And then
it.
it said the program's narrator said, after only 32 minutes on base, number 13 John is the first recruit to leave the course. So
Well,
obviously it was
fucking
too
hell.
much. There,
I
yeah.
hope that we become famous enough that one day I can do this. I watch this sometimes. It's a great motivation to go to the gym. I'll tell you that. Like,
I've not seen it, so
it's. I find
I've
it.
seen some of the
load
clips
of
from it, yeah,
intense
where
drills,
they
right?
jump into
Yeah.
icy cold waters from a helicopter and stuff.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's just then have to swim.
There are some hard elements to it. Like like I'm not saying it's easy, but a lot of the stuff that like people get like freaked out or leave over are always the things that are like super controlled and not dangerous. So it's like you're gonna have to do a rope walk over this crevasse, but you've got three
we're
different
not going to kill any celebrities.
Yeah.
so-
There's three different security lines. Like the things that are hard are when they make them do like a fucking 12-mile run with a backpack on. Like that would kill me. But like no, it's a really cool show. They just
So-
because the people that sign up for it generally are celebrities. Sure, I don't really care about that, but like most of them are quite fit. Like you'll get like ex-athletes, both women and men, and people who are actually genuinely like, I'm gonna try hard and do well, and you're like, I enjoy watching that.
So SAS,
Yeah.
their bread and butter is kidnap response, right?
Yeah, so they're the super
No.
army. They're super army soldiers.
Hostage rescue is one
Hostage
of the things they specialize in.
Yeah, they're good at that, right?
They're good at that.
So
yeah.
is their first task like, okay, you got hostage and these people you need to take out
Do you mean hostage or sausage?
Yeah.
sausage? Sorry,
Good.
Keir
Yeah.
Starmer.
Yeah.
Do you see that
Nice.
clip?
Nice
Huh?
nod.
He says,
Do you see the clip of Keir Starmer accidentally saying sausages? He was saying like, they need to free the Gazan sausages,
"Oh my god,
the hostages,
Jesus Christ!"
and like correct himself immediately. But sausages was so clear that
I know.
it felt like it must have been on his mind. Maybe just breakfast. He's just.
Sausage. He has a
Sausages.
horrible way of speaking.
I don't really. Yeah, I don't
He-
enjoy the way
listening to him
speaks.
speak
It's
Who's
difficult.
proper, very
It's just stilted.
nasal,
It's just
but
very.
also
Just like this, and some sausages, and
It's
we will.
difficult to listen to.
And also certain words he just says in a really strange way. Like I can't.
It's just
There
very
was one he
nasally.
was saying the other
It's difficult
day.
to listen to,
a
yeah.
little bit blocked up.
It's really blocked up, really stilted, and
Which is a shame.
It's a shame because-
first time we've had Labour in
Yeah.
a decade or so, and he's just annoying to listen to.
So
Yeah,
many
but
of
like-
these leaders are annoying to listen to.
Yeah.
Like name me a leader recently. Like obviously
what?
Trump. Kamala Harris is also really hard to listen to. She speaks in
Yeah.
a really grating way. Have you agree with that as well?
Yeah, no, yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Quite
um,
nasal as well,
yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, they're all. I mean, Trump. Sorry, not Trump. It's very easy to confuse them. Who was our Trump again?
But Trump is more of an-
forgotten his
Vance.
name. No,
It's silly. It's got a silly voice.
No,
isn't
Boris
it? It's quite
Johnson.
funny to listen to.
Oh,
Sorry?
That's why Trump's voice is quite funny to listen to because it's just like really
caricature.
caricaturish.
Mm.
Yeah.
the last person that I know of that had a good voice and is
Oh,
in
yeah.
power was Obama. He had such a
Yeah.
good voice.
Yeah,
Very clear.
good for rhetoric and stuff.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, even Tony Blair was pretty weird.
Well, what reality
wasn't he?
star should we have as our prime minister?
Which reality star would you choose in the UK? I mean, it'd have to be someone like Stephen Fry, wouldn't it, or something like that? you know? Like-
yeah, that would sound good.
imagine having.
I mean, that guy read the Harry Potter
Everyone would
books
listen.
to him.
Yeah, Hugh Laurie. Like
David Attenborough.
Yeah, well,
David Attenborough.
We'll get a
yeah,
year
if he
out of
wasn't in his late 90s and probably
Yeah.
tapping his watch now.
You would respect his opinion, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
God, yeah. Well, I mean, we do.
Yeah, we do have a huge fiscal issue, so perhaps we should try Katie Price.
Yeah. Yeah.
Simply don't pay the bills.
Right,
That's
so
true, yeah.
I think
I'm just going to keep borrowing until we're pretty much bust.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
I
Yeah.
like borrowing.
A lot of people are going for Katie
Rowan
Price.
Atkinson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny Dyer.
Danny Dyer.
Danny Dyer, government. All right, geezers.
Then it does.
Well, I'm just going to turn a minority government into a majority government.
Yeah.
Fucking go.
Yeah.
But before that, my family line. Let's talk about that for a second.
All right.
Let's go to
Seems like I came
Who
from
do
a
you
long
think
line
you
of
are?
fucking
I used to be a
geezers.
fucking king. I've got royal blood.
Of course, yeah, and then like,
You've got to be fucking kidding me.
right, so we've got 4 million homes we need to build. I've released everybody from prison who looks like they can hold a trowel or carry a brick. We're going to get them made
We're gonna
Get
get
it
made
done.
at whatever quality possible.
at whatever quality is possible, which is not quite that
It doesn't
high.
blow away in the wind. It stands. It sticks.
Welcome to Danny Dyer. I've made a house by stacking bricks. That's it. It's all
Danny
stacked.
Dyer's dodgy homes.
Danny Dyer's dodgy homes. This one's an entirely stacked home.
I don't
Danny
think...
Dyer's grand designs.
Yeah, Danny Dyer's Dyer
Dodgy
homes.
designs. Yeah, Danny Dyer's dodgy designs.
Danny
What about-
Dyer homes.
Danny Dyer's...
Dyer's homes.
Danny's Dyer homes. 'Cause
Dyer,
they're Dyer.
Danny's Dyer homes.
Dyer's
Look, we workshopped
Dyer
it now. It has
Straits.
to be made. We have to get
Dodgy
Channel 4 on
domiciles.
this.
Danny Dyer's
dodgy
dodgy
domiciles.
domiciles.
Yeah. Get-
Dodgy
Channel 5
dwellings.
will take that one. Channel 5 will pick that one up.
But Prime Minister, probably not.
No.
Maybe not.
Mr. Blobby?
Yeah. That's concise and it's entertaining, which I
It
think is what
is.
everyone wants from their prime minister.
People seem to want entertainment in
We want a
politics.
Punch and Judy show as our,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, I mean, we spent
electoral office.
complaining about the sound of their voices. We want someone who sounds good.
Yeah.
So that
I
we
mean,
can
that's just a minor thing for me, obviously. Like, I'm not
But
complaining
it's hard to
too
listen
much.
to because, like, you listen to a long speech.
Yeah.
Like Keir Starmer.
He literally, that's it. That is. So I was. Yeah, you know, because obviously we've had a couple of new governments come in.
Yeah.
They usually ask the impressionists, don't they? Did you ever see that? They seem to always do interviews with impressionists around.
Yeah,
time
but
for
some of
new
those are
government.
really cringeworthy, like, because it's the impressionist is off. It's just like, and they're doing it like everyone's loving it. It's like,
Yeah.
it is shit. What
It's
you're
not
doing
that
is
good,
a shit
yeah.
impression.
They often use tools to get themselves into character, right? They
Kind
use
of
certain
tools,
lines,
medieval tools.
like lines or words. So they'll say, like, you know, they'll have a kind of phrase,
Like saying "Good day, mate" to get into Australia.
yeah,
Like,
exactly,
"Good day, mate." And then you're
exactly, like
yeah.
a warm-up phrase.
Yeah.
And for Keir Starmer, that fucking CGI dog on a plane
The
is
dashhound.
is the one you were just doing an impression of. It's a great one to get you into doing a Keir Starmer
Which
impression.
CGI
you
dog
know?
on a plane is
Have
it?
you not seen that? Have you not seen
That's
that?
what I thought you were doing the
yeah.
impression
No, I
of.
have.
Yeah,
I have seen this. Yeah,
Yeah, that is how Keir Starmer talks.
it is.
He's just that
bit
dog
weird.
make manifest.
And you'll never be able to unhear it.
Oh, wow.
But let's hope that it's not just another 4 fucking years of austerity.
It's going to be. But lol, let's not get into politics. Let's get into aliens.
Yeah! Which
What aliens have you seen recently?
I've seen loads of aliens.
You haven't
Loads.
seen any aliens.
No.
He hasn't seen
You've
aliens.
yet to see one.
I haven't seen an alien yet.
We've already said this before. Like, if you saw,
I almost don't want to.
if you saw ET, you'd beat him with bats. You panic.
Hey, help me beat this alien to death!
You would panic
Don't
and be
look
like,
at
"What the fuck is
Ball
that?
bag.
Welcome to Earth!
Is it a costume?" You try,
Dumbass.
first of all, you try and rip his head off because you'd be like, "That's a costume, man.
Yeah.
Take it off. That's silly." And you're like, "God, it's like trying to poke me. Get it!"
Get me the bat.
And then you've got a golf club maybe, and you start smashing that little fucker.
That's quite
And
aggressive.
he's dead.
It's quite aggressive.
Well, yeah.
Like, would
But
you do that to a woodland animal?
if it was coming close to me with its like
Like
Tendril.
ET's just come out with you with a glowing finger. That's it.
yeah, glowing finger. What's
That's
that
it.
for? What
That's
if he
a big
threatens
gun.
me with it? What it could be a fucking
Holy shit, he's
shooter.
got a piece!
got a fucking shooter. Oh my god!
Take him
God.
down. Get the golf club. Give me a drive. Bash his
I'm
face
just saying
in.
we would bash the shit up. Well, we would at least like I don't know, put him in a Hessian sack and kind of like
Why? Why would you bag him up?
beat him with bats in a
Why
Hessian
would you
sack.
pummel
Gotta
him?
bag him up.
I just feel like we should.
Why?
'Cause
He just wants to go home.
I don't know. He's a danger. He's a
Nah,
threat.
they don't all want to go.
You saw
home.
those guys with hazmat suits in that film. They were worried.
Which film?
E.T.
Right.
There's actually
film
quite a
he's
lot
from.
of, like, stories about ex-service people seeing people in hazmat suits, and also ex-service people getting ill because of their exposure to weird things, which they're largely believing is radiation.
from the alien that approached them with their
there
finger.
are several provable service people in the US that are on like full military medical like discharge and
Provable
full benefits.
service people.
These are people that have been like literally
discharged because of illness.
You know, there's been like Congress hearings and things like that with people that are talking about disclosure and all that sort of stuff in the US.
I
part
know a
of
guy
that
knows a guy
was provable. No, part of this is literally like there are soldiers that are like being put on health leave, permanent health leave, because of sort of improvable, dodgy things that happen whilst in service to these units, which are largely things like consistent with like radiation sickness,
exposure
and things like
to
that.
weird alien
Exposure
materials.
to just like things like nuclear fusion reactors maybe, or things like that. Things we know that can exist, but we can't quite work out how to make them work yet. May emit some form of radiation, like one of the many common kinds, like well, not common, but gamma radiation is obviously one of the ones that is emitted from nuclear material that can go through anything and fuck you up, give you all sorts of illnesses. But it's all real, guys.
I've got
That's it.
a question for you, hypothetical, if you will.
Oh, one last thing. Talking
Okay,
about
sure.
hitting things with bats.
Yeah.
The main guy, one of the main dudes, Lou Elizondo, the guy that everyone sees a lot of, and it was interviewed on the Daily Show and stuff like that recently. Again, he could be a massive hoaxer. He could be making this all up. I understand how, but he says that there's loads of incidents of like glowing orbs and lights and different kinds of glowing orbs that people have encountered throughout the last sort of 100 years.
Glorbs.
Right? Glowing orbs, or globs for short. So they happen to like there was a base in the east of England, probably just a bit north of where Craig's from, that was used during the Cold War.
Him.
It was used
nowhere near Craig.
It was used during the Cold War to store nuclear weapons on the east. So the US put lots of their nukes in underneath this base in the east of England during the Cold War because it would allow them to strike Russia within range. They wouldn't have to use ICBMs. They could use more conventional stuff. But like that had a very well recorded case of all sorts of UFO fuckery happen where a bunch of British soldiers went out into the forest to investigate weird lights and all that. The kind of things that nowadays you'd just go, that's probably like a DJI drone or something like that, right? So they weren't too big. They were about the size of a person's torso, these lights moving through the forest near their base. And when they encountered them, those that got too close were shocked, zapped, whatever you want to call it, right? Knocked unconscious by various bits and bobs. And something recently, this same guy, this Lou Elizondo guy, who used to work for ATIP, which is the US Pentagon's UFO investigation division, right? He has legitimate credentials. He was saying that if you encounter any of these orbs, don't shoot at them. Don't attack them. He said you really don't want to do that because ultimately you can get zapped and really badly hurt by these fucking glowing balls. So essentially, if you do see something weird,
immediately though,
don't interact with it. Well, because you might
you would also
shoot at drones.
Obviously cover it in a Hessian sack.
You would sack it. You would
it with a
sack
bat.
that bitch.
You go melee.
This is why you want to use melee. Yeah,
obviously.
You don't want to escalate.
Idiot.
That's
Don't
the thing.
shoot it.
Yeah.
Get the bat out.
Well, we all know if it's anywhere near Bungie, obviously the darkness came from that area.
Yeah.
And they have raised the mythological beast of Bungie, right, Craig?
The darkness have.
What was the beast of Bungie called?
I'll point out Craig's mic is not hot, so
The Black Shuck.
Black
So there's
Shuck.
a lot of
the song
strange
Black
creatures
Shuck.
coming from that area of England anyway, so it's not out of the question. And if the darkness made a credible song about the Black
It's credible,
Shuck,
yeah. It was published.
The black what?
So,
the Black Shuck, Black Shuck, that dog don't give a fuck. That one.
yeah, that one. Yeah.
Okay. And that roams
I'm just
around.
saying it
That
comes-
roams around
That's that area.
Suffolk and Norfolk.
Big wild beasties and aliens.
Do you think that they're biological experiments put on Earth by the aliens to see what they do with what we do when we
Exactly
see
what
them?
I'm saying.
Do you think that's what the Loch Ness was?
Yeah.
Do you think that we're all just biological experiments? Do you think that we're just a big zoo?
The Loch Ness could have
I
been
think
real.
that could be likely.
Once.
Yes.
Yeah.
We could be a zoo for ourselves,
Zoo for ourselves.
as in the simulation. We're just playing through lives of.
Yeah, I think that's one of my prevailing theories about life as well. That this is kind of a game of
Well,
sorts.
I've got a hypothetical for you though.
Shit game. Yeah, go on.
Oh, go on then.
Who's the hottest alien species you've seen in a show or TV or movie?
Is it Spice?
Hottest alien
Was it
species.
Spice.
I used to always be a fan of. Is it Dax from Deep Space Nine? She was barely a fucking alien though.
Hang on.
Like-
I have to. Hot aliens.
Not Drax from
Typed
Guardians
in
of the Galaxy.
not
just to be
Sexy
clear.
Drax. from
aliens.
Guardians of the
23
Galaxy.
heavenly bodies from sci-fi. Immediately they've gone for Superman at the top there, which I guess is true.
Yeah, that is just a human woman.
This won't let me scroll.
What, Dax?
Dax
She's
is
got the little
just-
spotty bits on her neck, though. Also, I don't think
That-
she was technically a she. She was like, they had like all of the souls and memories of the previous generations for like
right.
thousands of years and stuff.
My apologies.
So smart and attractive.
Okay, well, either
Someone's
way.
saying the avatar. Some of the avatars.
Neytiri.
What about
Neytiri,
the
Borg
blue-
Queen.
Not the Borg
From
Queen.
Star Trek First Contact. Yeah, they really... Leela from Futurama.
Twi'lek?
Jesus.
Cartoon
or
Leela?
something a bit more alien.
Do you
like
normally jalk it
Mass
to
Effect.
cartoons? Have you jalked it to a cartoon?
No,
before? Chris Trump?
yeah, definitely loads of times.
Okay.
Simpsons one's online
Jesus Christ.
in the 90s,
Wow.
early 2000s, definitely.
7 of 9, obviously pretty hot
7 to 9.
from
Right.
Voyager.
So back to the radiation thing. Hazmat suits.
Oh, you've taken
People
us back.
being discharged. This is I'm building up to a hypothetical for Smith. You meet the perfect alien species. Your
Yeah.
first contact. This species is incredible, super attractive,
Is it a Twi'lek?
imminently bangable, and is up for it as well.
Yeah.
Problem is, right? She's got everything going for her, or whatever you assume their identity to be, whatever you're attracted to. Her genitalia is highly radioactive.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
all of it's going to be high. Like,
Just the genitalia.
So my first reaction to
Just
this
the
entire
genitalia.
situation is
Everything else is fine.
there's a good chance this being is from another place and I don't have any of the immunities to anything of where they're from. I'm not going anywhere near them. I'm not physically touching them. I'm trying not to breathe the same air.
They're super hot.
I don't care. I don't want mega STIs. I
They
don't want
do everything
intergalactic
in their power
STIs.
to be like, you're like the first human we've ever made contact with.
Yeah. I said, let's have a nice chat. Let's talk at distance.
She beams her radioactive vagina at you.
Jesus.
And nipples, actually.
beams?
Yes.
Hell. Then I'd get
Beams
this.
are
I'd say, Ross, get
beaming-
the sack. It's time to go nuclear. Time to escalate.
I would have
this.
already had the sack.
Spade and
on me-
sack.
on my person. And
Yeah.
I would just have to retrieve a bat from somewhere.
Ross, first wrap your head in cling film to protect you from any
What a
gun-
missed
The Hessian sack
opportunity, I'm
won't
saying.
stop radiation. I'll point out.
No.
You guys, like, I feel like you'd find the science
What?
to work around the issue.
No, honestly, I mean, like that's.
Oh, you'd find the science. I don't think so. I
Would
think,
you not?
Well, no, I just don't think. Well, you know, if something's radioactive, leave it. Leave it alone. Don't.
That's not fair.
Well, it's going to kill you. It's going to.
Yeah.
It's like
She's not going to kill
invisible
you.
death.
It's not her
sucks.
fault.
I don't want the invisible death. Radiation is like a nightmare fuel. It's
Well, what
literally
if cactus needles
invisible
were
death.
the tastiest things in the world? You're not going to start eating cactus needles, are you? Actually, I think, can't you make a soup out of cactus needles?
Yeah, but this is an
Ah,
alien
needles.
species, sentient,
Go on.
that's come
Yeah.
down to meet Alex Smith specifically.
Says, "Hey, you."
So
Yeah.
out of all the human
Me,
race,
I'm interested in an exchange of thoughts, not an exchange of fluids.
She wants to bang the shit
I don't
out
give
of
a
you.
fuck. You're not getting what you want out of me with this. All right, I want knowledge. Also, you know
She'll
what?
give you knowledge.
As a person that genuinely does believe we are not alone on this planet, let alone this universe, I really hope that aliens aren't real, because it's a huge. We are fucked. I think if it's
We
the
don't
case.
have the Intergalactic Federation.
Well, either it's going to be incredibly disappointing because if things are real, we're still
Well, they all
out
look
here
like ball
dying of
bags.
fucking kids are still dying of cancer. You know, like we there's clearly no reason.
Thanks, aliens, for
No
not
way,
helping.
exactly. Well, this is a big thing. This is like, well, if this is all real, why haven't we, like disclosure as it's called, why haven't we made any progress? Why haven't we, you know, exchanged technologies? Why is none of this public? Why does absolutely no one apart from, you know, seemingly nut jobs know about any of this?
What if, like, the reason is just beyond our intelligence?
Yeah, exactly. That would be sad too. We'd be so insignificant because it'd be no change. I think the reason I'm excited and so interested in this is because it changes reality for us. Because reality for us right now is not great, I don't think. You know, we've got a planet that's heating up. We've got quite a few wars going on. We're still unable to get past the need to war with each other. You know, we're still unable to get past the need to control and hold things. You know, there's none of this stuff that, like, you know, I grew up on sci-fi. There's no end to the want for food, end to want for water, end to want for energy, end to want for space. You know, all of these things were solved in Star Trek through things like replicators, through things like energy, you know, amazing things, people working together and creating things. And it would be awesome to have that change in our lives, because they're really short as well. I'm sure as you guys getting to 36 are now feeling the speed of which time flies. So it's a combination of hope, but also kind of a sadness that maybe we're not going to get a grand answer or a grand finish to anything. We're just going to perpetuate decline.
I'd say
Vegas was a year ago.
What?
Last trip to Vegas.
Yeah.
Doesn't that, well, as in,
Yeah,
like,
time
doesn't that
flies.
feel like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
actually like not that long ago?
Yeah.
I think the worst case scenario if alien life does exist,
Yeah.
is if they're really unattractive. Because imagine that. Like, after all this time,
Yeah.
they're just like horrible fucking raisin ball bags.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
"Hello,
Yeah.
good with you."
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, for
Like,
fuck's sake.
Cronenberg
Yeah.
level.
This is a common point of discussion as well. It's just like if we do meet alien life and they are just that to us, so alien that we have no way of even understanding or interacting with them. It's
Yeah,
like,
they're all just like-
finally we found somebody else that's grown on in this giant universe outside of our tiny perfect planet, and you're just unintelligible, terrifying, like.
Or it looks surprisingly like something that's disgusting on Earth.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, like
there's
a
a
bug.
whole race of builders' butts.
Yeah.
They just look like builders' butts
Yeah.
with hair. Like,
Yeah, but there
I
are people
can't-
out there. I mean,
Yeah.
there are
Can't.
people out there who have sex with horses. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I feel like
There's a niche
there's,
that can get
there's
on with them.
someone for
Yeah.
everyone. Is what all I'm saying is. There's
Right.
someone for everyone. If an alien looks ugly to you,
Yeah.
there's some weird fucker who will probably try and find a way to make love with that alien.
Definitely. I'm surprised Smith wouldn't go for the radiation hyper attractive.
I'm not in it for banging, guys. I'm not.
What if they
interested
look
in
like
aliens looking
She
for
didn't
Sill
pass
from
knowledge
else to
through.
bang.
Have you seen the film
right.
Species?
Yeah. I haven't. No.
Sill is the character there. That's number one. It came up in
number
the hottest aliens.
She
Shit.
was mega
One of the
hot.
hottest
I remember
Sills
going to
in
the
what?
VHS store and seeing the front
How
cover
do you,
of
how do you
Species.
spell it?
SIL Species, played by Natasha Henstridge.
Sill.
1995. What a year!
Am I looking at the same fucking thing?
I don't know what you're on. Lilo from The Fifth Element. That was, of course, Mila Jovovich. What are you looking at? Is that the? I don't know what you found there. That's. What did you type in?
Sill.
Hmm.
It says species. Natasha.
Just type in the film species. Film species. I don't know what you found there. Maybe that's her final form. I'm not sure. Imagine
Oh fuck me, yeah.
Caprica
Jesus
6,
Christ. Trisha Helfer in Battlestar Galactica.
She's
Yeah.
that's well.
She wasn't really an alien either.
That's
None
more
of the hot
cyborg.
ones are
It's a
really
cyborg.
aliens, guys. None of
It's a
the,
cyborg.
all the hot ones are just attractive women that have got slight alien makeup on. All right, come
Guardians
on.
of the Galaxy, Gamora,
Okay.
of course.
Yeah.
Final thing. I think I can
They're not
bring
alien
Smith
enough.
around to this.
Okay.
All right.
All right,
The
what about a
only
xenomorph?
way
Would you fuck a xenomorph?
would they have the inside mouth tongue?
Only only when they climax.
I'm into it.
Ah.
I'm into it.
Take it out my
Something
brain.
about their sleek, oily body that
Yeah.
gets
So
me
great.
going.
Well, I don't know. What about the face huggers, man? If they weren't hugging your face,
What else can they hug? Oh yeah, good point.
I mean, they are very designed like that, though.
The only way this incredibly super hot alien can interact is through the vagina.
Wait, what do you mean?
with
Wait,
intercourse.
What? That's how
They would impart
communicate.
knowledge beyond your wildest imagination
How would
through
you
the
know?
act of.
Until you,
I just let
someone has
somebody
to come
else
back.
do it.
By the way, I
Why
just
would I
fucked,
do it?
I
They
just
would
fucked this
pick
alien
you.
and it
They would pick
communicated with
me.
me.
They're super.
I'd shoot them and jack
Monogamous.
their spaceship.
Why?
Because I don't want to do this weird thing that they want me to do.
That's
How do you
weird
know
to
they would-
you, but
how-
to
how do
them,
you know they
that's
wanted
their
to do
life.
that?
Yeah, well, they need to fucking broaden their horizons a bit and think about the fact they've just landed on my planet and they're coming to my planet with their ideals.
And they're like,
I don't think so.
perfect.
Wait, so what
we
are they trying to
finally
do?
found a species that has dick-like qualities for my radiated vagina.
Yeah.
Out of all the billions
and
out
then
there.
you'd explain,
So
well,
wait,
sorry,
so
it's irradiated.
It's a human. It says
Trot's trying to get you to die by sex.
It's
basically.
humanoid.
The,
He's just saying-
the
so-
entire argument here is just die by sex. And you just keep.
and they
say
have no.
no.
They have no mouths. They can only communicate with their vaginas.
Yeah. As soon as you make that connection, it has to be genitalia to genitalia, obviously.
So you don't know until they kind of like come up to you and kind of just proposition you for some. Okay, yeah. He's
But they're
Trot's
super
gesturing at
hot.
his penis.
That's what they're doing.
Right. Okay.
I'm-
Well, look. Yeah. I mean, it's just if they approach a Weatherspoon at a certain
They'll hold
time
up a
of night,
sign.
They'll get what they want. But then will that be mistranslated?
Exactly.
You know?
It could be.
How and
I
then it's
hope
just a
they're
bunch
not-
of drunk dudes who just like, yeah, no, this creature spoke to me through its vagina. And
I'm
you're like,
enlightened.
wow, he spent a long time at Weatherspoons.
I'll
Yeah.
work on this hypothetical.
Just as long as it's not trying to claim asylum here, because otherwise I'm sending it back on a very shit boat to France.
Back to France.
Yeah.
What if it came from space?
Well,
Send it
that's
back
too nuanced for me, Ross. I'd say get it on a dinghy and send it back to France.
Right. Okay.
Must have come from somewhere.
sakes.
Get in a Hessian sack. That's what I said. Hessian sack. Get your bats.
I hate to say it, guys, but this is
the end
all
of
the
it.
time we have
That's
got.
all the time.
I
we
wish I
have
could
got.
talk about.
there
I wish I
was
could swing
so
Smith
many
around
things
to
we could
this,
have talked
but
about.
God, he's just a brick wall when it comes to fucking aliens.
I would like to talk about them more, but
Yeah.
I don't want to bang them. My obsession with them doesn't come from the requirement.
He
to
doesn't
bang
know.
them.
You don't know you want to bang them until you'll see them.
Well,
You
they
won't-
do
I don't-
apparently
I
have the
think-
ability to make human beings feel very strong,
well, this is it.
emotional things.
Exactly,
Like,
so you
move
don't know.
away, come here. Kids have been literally lifted off the floor. Multiple people have seen it.
Yeah.
Like honestly,
Multiple
like,
people have seen
but
it.
like as in witness account,
There are
sure,
dozens-
but
there are
it's
dozens.
not
There are
every
dozens of
single person in every single situation is lying. Like it can't be, and especially not all of the kinds of people that are giving these interviews.
Well, you've seen religion. There's a load of people that can lie. Anyway, thanks for.
These are physical effects,
Ending
not
on that,
metaphysical
yeah.
effects.
Yeah, true. All right, we can all do this. Thank you for.
He removed his thumb.
Yeah. Thank you for listening today. I hope you had a great time for Pickaxe Week. This is Hat Chat, and we do it every week.
We
So
are the
if you're
premium
interested-
Pickaxe podcast choice.
Exactly. Premium Pickaxe Podcast Award goes to us.
We've given ourselves.
Self-awarded.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
We were the best Pickaxe podcast of this
we
week.
are the best Pickaxe podcast.
It doesn't
Speaking
get
of
better than
stats
this.
as well, there was a poll done, would you bang an alien? And an overwhelming 735 people, 99% of those surveyed said they would in fact bang an alien, with only
Amazing.
5 in the...
All that proves is our audience is horny for everything, for anything.
That
So-
doesn't surprise
Absolutely
me.
anything.
Anything
It doesn't
goes.
surprise me.
Keep them away from our farms, is what I say.
Yeah. It'll be
What
fucking
are they going to be doing? If they do that to aliens, God knows what they do.
God
to
knows what they'll
animals.
do to our fucking
Chicken.
the swine.
Our livestock.
Get away from our swine.
Talking of swine, thank you so much to everyone that supports us on Patreon,
Jesus.
for example, or Twitch or YouTube. You're all keeping this podcast on live support, so thank you so much.
You are,
It's not
yeah.
dying, to be clear. It doesn't... But
No, you are rejuvenating it.
let's say you're
keeping it
bringing a
going.
delicious, wholesome meal to that podcast every day, and that podcast is flourishing and glowing and filled with vigor thanks to you.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
We're
and,
making you more stupid.
We've got to go away and record our fantastic premium series, Crockerman, which is on episode 6 right now, and we're coming up to our mid-season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're on the Crockerman set if you're watching this podcast. So
Yeah.
why don't you go check that out? Episode 1 is on our YouTube channel. It's great. And we'll see you next week for more Hat Chat. Goodbye.
Aliens are real, and we're only about 2 years away from all knowing it.
Okay.
Goodbye for now.
Goodbye.